Cleveland RTX 6 versus Vokey SM9. We're talking about two of the most trusted names in the short game, sitting in bags at pretty much every course in America. These aren't just your standard wedges, they are the scoring weapons that dictate your entire short game.
But they are definitely not the same club, man. Picking the wrong one can absolutely cost you strokes right around the green, and nothing is more frustrating than chunking a chip when you just dropped $180 on a new club.
Right, so one is built to bite hard, the other is built to be dialed in perfectly. We're not revealing the winner just yet because you really need to understand how these actually perform when you're staring down a tight lie.
Seriously, are you overpaying for a custom fit you simply don't need? Or fighting your wedge on every single chip? Welcome to Golf Gear Showdown. We are putting premium clubs head-to-head in this explainer to help you pick the right winner for your specific game. No hype, just honest comparisons. Staring at that giant wall of wedges in the pro shop is incredibly frustrating for everyday golfers, but we're gonna clear all that up today.
Let's look at the tail of the tape. Golfers always compare these two because they represent the absolute pinnacle of premium wedges. Their core philosophies, though, are entirely different. Based on design intent, Cleveland built the RTX 6 around aggressive grooves and a massive reputation for grabbing the ball.
Meanwhile, Titleist built the Vokey SM9 around pure precision and an unmatched menu of grind options. You walk into a shop, you see both sitting there at a premium price. Then, the marketing claims make it impossible to choose, leaving you totally paralyzed. Does more marketing spin actually mean more spin on the course?
We're gonna find out. And Jake, I know you've got a surprising truth about control and consistency coming up in round 3 that most average golfers completely miss when buying a wedge.
I absolutely do. And honestly, it changes everything. But first, let's look at the criteria for today's battle.
We're judging this showdown across 6 critical rounds. Round 1 is spin. Round 2 covers forgiveness. Round 3 dives into control. Round 4 is all about feel. Round 5 tackles turf interaction. And finally, round 6 hits price and value. Let's ring the bell. Round 1 is distance and spin performance. This right here is the main event. Everyone wants to know which wedge actually checks up when you're hitting from less than perfect lies. Spin is the exact reason most people even bother buying a new wedge in the first place. Cleveland engineered this specific RTX 6 model for maximum grab. They gave it fresh, sharp grooves and a significantly rougher face texture. The whole purpose here is to physically grab the urethane cover of the golf ball. Hitting from a perfectly manicured fairway is easy, but that extra friction matters tremendously when you're buried in the rough, staring at a short-sighted pin with water long. You need it to grab, especially on those tricky half and three-quarter shots, where your spin usually falls right off a cliff. Now, the Vokey SM9 also spins incredibly well, with its proven spin-milled control. For those who don't know, spin-milled means they literally cut micro-texture between the main grooves to maximize surface roughness on pristine strikes. For golfers swinging into a clean, dry ball off a perfect lie, both of these spin fantastic.
Let's be real though, everyday golfers don't always get perfect lies. When you're stuck in the wet rough, common feedback suggests the RTX 6 hangs on just a little bit longer. It literally grips through the moisture better because of that aggressive face texture. Because of that real-world performance, Cleveland takes the clear win for round 1.
Moving right along, round 2 is forgiveness. Before we dive into this, remember I teased a massive control disparity coming up in round 3. Keep that in mind because we are almost there. But right now, let's talk about what happens on a typical mish hit. Wedges aren't drivers, obviously, but how they handle a chunky or thin strike matters a whole lot to a 15 handicapper like me. When you look at the SM9's classic precision blade shape, the result is pure magic if you flush it. Catch it a little thin or slightly off the toe, however, and it's far less willing to bail you out.
That's exactly right. The RTX 6 features a slightly more cavity-influenced design in the mid and lower lofts. That extra perimeter mass prevents the club head from twisting in your hands when you miss the center of the face. It transfers more energy to the ball even on a bad swing. For the everyday player, the RTX 6 is noticeably easier to hit, so Cleveland takes the win for round 2.
Round 3 is control and consistency. This is where things start to shift in our showdown. We're talking about trajectory, distance gapping, and how repeatable those touchy little pitches feel under pressure. Based on design intent, the SM9 offers surgical predictability. They progressively shift the center of gravity as the lofts get higher. What that means on the course is precise feedback. Once you learn a specific shot, say exactly 42 yards over a bunker, the SM9 hits that exact flight and number every single time.
Right, because raw aggressive spin is great, but if you can't predict exactly how far the ball will fly, you're going to leave yourself a lot of incredibly long part putts. I'll argue the RTX 6 controls flight well too, but I have to concede here. The SM9's edge in shot-to-shot predictability is undeniable for the practice range grinder who really wants to shape flighted spinners. Vokey decisively earns the round 3 win.
Round 4 is feel and confidence.
Stick with us, guys, because in just a minute, I'm dropping a smart shopper move in round 6 that could save you serious cash. Now let's talk about the psychological side of standing over a really tight lie. Your brain absolutely needs to trust the club hovering behind the ball.
To me, the Vokey SM9 has a clean, traditional shape that inspires complete confidence. When you strike it pure, it delivers this soft, buttery sensation that better players constantly chase.
See, I completely disagree on the looks, Mike. As a 15 handicapper, a razor-thin blade profile is just intimidating when I'm staring at hard dirt. Most golfers report the RTX 6 has a slightly thicker, more forgiving top line that makes them feel like they won't completely duff the chip. It feels solid and safe to me.
It definitely feels solid, but on pure feel and acoustic sound, the traditional shape and forged-like feedback of the SM9 gives it the narrow win for round 4.
Round 5 is turf interaction and grinds.
This round is all about how the sole moves efficiently through different types of sand and turf based entirely on your specific swing type. A steep swinger digging a trench needs something very different than a shallow swinger trying to nip it off hardpan. Cleveland's standard options work beautifully straight off the rack for average golfers. However, the SM9 wins the options war plainly. Titleist offers an unmatched fitting depth that covers virtually every angle of attack. For those who don't know, a grind is simply how the metal on the bottom of the club is physically shaped to interact with dirt. They literally grind away heel, toe, or trailing edge material so the club glides instead of bouncing or digging. If you get fit properly, the SM9 sole feels completely tailor-made to your swing and your exact home course conditions. Because of those extensive custom options, Vokey takes round 5 decisively.
Round 6 is price and value.
Pay close attention here because we're wrapping up with our exact final golfer fit breakdown right after this. Both of these wedges live firmly in premium territory, so we have to confront the budget versus premium reality of modern gear. Cleveland consistently delivers elite spin at a much friendlier price point. You get tour-level groove tech without paying the top-shelf tax. But here's the smart shopper move most golfers completely miss. The Vokey SM9 carries a massive tour reputation that creates incredibly strong resale value. If you trade in your clubs frequently, the SM9 holds its worth surprisingly well, sometimes up to 20% better on the secondary market than standard wedges.
That's definitely true, Jake, for the everyday golfer wanting maximum spin per dollar right this second, though. Without banking on trade-in value 2 years down the line, the RTX 6 is the clear winner for round 6.
Let's pause for some rapid-fire insider advice. The absolute biggest buying mistake you can make isn't picking the wrong brand out of a catalog. It's playing 5-year-old wedges with completely worn-out grooves. A flat groove won't spin the ball, regardless of the fancy logo stamped on the back. Fresh grooves beat brand loyalty every single time. The second huge mistake is copying a Tour Pro's exact setup without getting a fitting. Copying their specs without matching their swing speed or attack angle means you're just asking to fight your soul all day long. I bet half of you watching almost did exactly that.
Time for the fast, honest pros and cons with absolutely no brand protection from either of us. For the RTX 6, the pros are aggressive spin, vastly better value, and noticeably more bailout forgiveness on miss hits. The cons are a slightly firmer feel off the face and a much smaller fitting network compared to the competition.
Looking across the Vokey SM9, pros include elite distance control, that buttery soft feel, and amazing resale value on the secondary market. The cons? It practically requires a custom fitting to truly shine, it usually costs more up front, and it offers way less bailout when you catch it thin.
Here is your final verdict matrix. We're breaking this down perfectly for every single golfer archetype, so you can buy with total confidence. For beginners, high handicappers, and forgiveness seekers who need extra help around the greens, the clear winner is the Cleveland RTX 6.
If you're a mid to low handicapper who wants pure distance control and shot predictability, your undisputed winner is the Vokey SM9. Because that precision design absolutely rewards a repeatable swing.
Chasing raw spin in wet conditions? Go straight with the RTX 6. Looking for the absolute best overall budget value? The RTX 6 takes it again.
But if you have no budget limit, or you're a senior or fast swinger looking to get perfectly fit for your exact attack angle and swing mechanics, the Vokey SM9 is your champion. You can step up to the register with complete confidence now.
So which wedge are you actually gaming this season?
Are you Team RTX 6 or Team SM9? Drop your handicap and your top pick down in the comments below. Next time on Golf Gear Showdown, we're putting premium golf balls to the test to see if you're just paying for a logo in our Pro V1 versus Chrome Soft battle. Before you go, ask yourself a question. If 70% of your shots happen within 100 yards of the pin, are you really willing to compromise on the one club design to save your score? If this explainer helped you out today, hit that subscribe button.